Hello and welcome to The Table. This is a series of videos I'm going to do where I either unbox my mail, look at some retro games, look at some of my collections, or talk about various things in the video game industry. Today we're going to start something quite easy, quite popular, The Legend of Zelda. Now The Legend of Zelda obviously needs no introduction, and most of you have probably seen the Zelda games a billion times already. What I'm going to look at today is my little small collection of Japanese Zelda games. Obviously they're the same games, but they're the original releases in Japan. So first up we have Link's Awakening. As you can see, it's quite a colourful little box. Back's a little bit dull, but the artwork is pretty bloody stunning. And for a game this old, it's in pretty bloody good condition. Inside we have a nice little tray holding the game secure, and a sort of full colour menu, I want to say. There's lots of little pictures of Link doing his different moves. There's screenshots, but obviously going to be in black and white for it's a Game Boy game, but still quite an involved menu for quite an involved game. As you can see, it comes in a subtle case, and the cartridge is in fantastic condition. 1993. Was that 24 years ago now? And it survived all this time. Now, you might be wondering what's the point in having a Japanese game if you don't speak Japanese, which a lot of people don't. Well, there's a couple of reasons. For starters, it looks nice. Secondly, if I really did want to play it, all Game Boy games are region free, so I could stick this into my European PAL Game Boy or a NTSC Game Boy and play it with no trouble. Obviously I wouldn't be able to understand a word they're saying. If I knew the game well enough, I could probably beat it. Thirdly, as you may know, the Zelda games are so popular, and gaming has become, game collecting at least, has become insanely popular now, that the prices of the English versions have shot up considerably. And I don't have the money to lay out on that. But the Japanese ones are incredibly cheap. I got this for a fraction of what the English version would cost. Plus, I can play the English version in a variety of ways, both legal and not. You know, I've got the virtual console, that's how I actually played it. And there you go. So carrying on with the Game Boy, we have a pair, the Oracle of Seasons and the Oracle of Ages. Now these are two fantastic games. I particularly like the Oracle of Seasons, with the season changing mechanic in it. Now these two games were released on the same day, they're sort of brother and sister games. And they're designed to be played one after the other, but you can play either one first. Oh, look at that, no resale, that's interesting. For sale and use in Japan only, commercial use, unauthorized copy, rental is prohibited. Selling second hand is not allowed. Ooh. I guess Nintendo's gonna come arrest me then. Seriously, you can't sell it second hand. I mean, wow, Nintendo, come on. Whatever. Let's take a look at what's inside. Now instead of a plastic case, we have a sort of stodgy cardboard thing. And instead of a plastic case for the game, it's just a little plastic bag. But either way, once again, fantastic condition. That signature clear smoky grey look of the Game Boy Color games. Looks like there's a little quick reference card, perhaps. Oh, a little guide for how to link up your Game Boys. I think might also be some accessories you can possibly grab. We live in Colour World. Yes, I suppose we do. And of course the manual, which is in fantastic condition. And probably one of the most fun things about flipping through these games. I mean, look at the colour and the artwork in there. The different characters from the game, there's little bits of story. It's the underworld area. Yeah, I really like these games. It's quite cool that someone has kept these sort of things in this good condition for so long. They are now with me, and they will never leave my side. Oh, there's something else in here. Oh, it looks like cleaning instructions on how to clean your cartridges. Is using a Q-tip there, and I don't know what that is. Yeah, they used to include a fair bit to these little games. Seasons out of the way. Let's have a look at ages. This box is in slightly better condition. There's the cleaning guide again. There's that little poster quick reference thing. There's that advertisement again. There's the cartridge. Don't really need to look at that one again, but once again, here's the beautiful little manual. It's such a fun little game. If you haven't played it, check it out on the Virtual Console. Get them both. Get Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. And when you're playing them, write down the little passwords that come up, because you unlock a whole other section of the game. I'm sure you already know. But if you haven't, if you're one of the few people left on the planet who haven't played Zelda, go and do it. And obviously, I have English Zelda games, some of the more modern ones. I'm not going to go through them all now, I'm just going to focus on the Japanese ones. And here's an interesting little thing. It's the Famicom Mini Game Boy Advance version of the original Legend of Zelda. It's in this strange plastic case that you'd think you'd find, I don't know, earbuds or tampons in or something. And it's got that weird little thing for hanging up on the store, which all these Japanese games seem to have. And no, it wasn't out of a strange position. That is exactly how the box is designed, with it on a slight angle like that. Then we have this tiny little thing which looks like a box of soap. It's like a tiny miniature version of the original case, with your little Game Boy cartridge in it, but in the Famicom colours. Look at that. And instead of being called The Legend of Zelda, it's the Hyrule Fantasy. Why am I doing it upside down? I don't know. I think that's quite neat. It's like a little throwback to the past. Once again, the game will work on any Game Boy Advance anyway, or on a Nintendo DS. If you want to strain your eyes. I did put this into my DS, and wow, I mean, the screen on the DS is small enough, but this, they make it even slightly smaller for no reason at all. So the actual playing of this game I wouldn't quite recommend. And here's the other disappointing thing. You remember the original manual for Legend of Zelda, how colourful it was? Well, now you get this sort of ugly black and white and green fold out. Very disappointing. What the fuck? Yep, that's a swastika. I don't remember there being a swastika in The Legend of Zelda. But there it is. Alright. Looks like there's another manual foldout. That's pretty nice artwork, even though it isn't black and white. But still. That sort of slips behind. Like that, while that sits in there. I never did like this thing with Japanese games with the little thing for hanging them up. Just makes them seem so unimportant, like you just run to the store and grab one like a bottle of milk. Plus they tend to wear out. Anyway, on to the granddaddy of them all. Probably the most popular Zelda game in existence, the Ocarina of Time. I think I got this for about $10. You know, I don't need to talk about why this game is good. What I do need to talk about is why it's so fucking expensive. You want to get the English version of this, complete in the box, you're looking at a few hundred at the very least. There we go, quite a heavy cartridge, a lot heavier than I remember it. In fantastic condition. I'd like to get a Japanese N64 one day. Just maybe crank it up, see how it actually goes. It's a nice little, very nice plastic tray actually. It's got an N64 blazing into it, and even a recycling logo if you wanted to commit heresy. Ah yes, that's right. This was the coolest thing. It's got a little blank guide. If you write down the names of each of the songs that you learn on the Ocarina, the ones to teleport you and the ones to summon Opona and Night and Day and stuff, and a series of stickers. So you actually put the little stickers on each one, and it'd be like your guide for the game. I'm so glad that they didn't actually do it, because now I've got this intact and it's beautiful. And a nice little quick reference guide there. No manual though. Maybe it isn't as complete as I thought it was. Just looks like a few safety instructions and books and that. One of those little things you fill in. It's like an advertisement for Link's Awakening there. Yep. But yeah, I love this thing. I mean, it's such a cool little idea. Anyway, those are all my Japanese Legend of Zelda games. I'd actually like to get a full set of the Japanese games. That'll obviously be a lot cheaper than getting a full set of the English ones. And I don't have all the money in the world. I wish I did, but yeah, really doesn't want to go in there. Put it all in one go, shall I? Oh my god, that is the worst sound in the world. Stop squeaking at me. There. Right. Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, Link's Awakening. My modest Japanese Zelda collection. Thanks for